Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Planet Zoo. We're going to continue from our last episode where we worked on the otter habitat. If you haven't seen it already, please check it out. I think it was quite a fun episode. But in today's episode, we're going to do something slightly different. I'm going to take a break from our semi-aquatic area. We have already got hippos and capybaras on this side, and our latest feature, the otters. And I think that's probably enough for now for this semi-aquatic area. I was thinking, where we need apes or monkeys. We haven't quite got those yet, and in today's episode, we'll probably focus on creating a monkey world, and we're probably going to use this area here to add a few monkeys or apes, depending on which ones we go for. I haven't decided yet, but we'll have a quick look in the animal market and see what we can go for. But our semi-aquatic area is looking good. It's thriving. We've got our flamingos here in this massive lake, our tapirs on this side, and then our African world or African area with a huge safari area along with a adventure tour ride. So our zoo is looking good, and we're slowly but surely expanding. And today we will add our first monkeys or apes, depending on what we have available. I was thinking of creating a monkey world and add a few monkey type species or maybe apes to just give our park a little bit of more diversity. I think at the moment, when we look into our overview section, giraffes tend to be the most appealing habitat species at the minute, and I think with the addition of monkeys, it will probably give us a bit of a boost. So, Proboscis monkeys, the ones with the funny nose. Let me just quickly have a look. I'm not sure whether I've pronounced this right, but there we go. Proboscis, yeah, Proboscis monkeys. And they've got a really funny nose. Okay, we haven't got any available in the market yet, but let's just go into the Zoopedia bit and I'll show you quickly what they look like. Let's go all the way down to our Proboscis monkeys. Yeah, these guys. This nose. Yeah, so they'll be a fun little addition to our zoo, I reckon. And we'll start off with these and then maybe add like bonobos and mandrills. Who knows, maybe gorillas. I think this area should be enough for a monkey world. Or maybe I stick to monkeys in this section and then have a separate one for apes. Species like chimpanzees and bonobos, they're kind of technically considered apes, aren't they? Yeah, so we could have like small monkey species in this section. Maybe two. So definitely proboscis monkeys and potentially like, I don't know, lemurs or something. Do lemurs count as monkeys? I don't know. You guys can let me know. Right, okay, so it started raining, obviously. So we're going to wait this rain out before we start the project. I was thinking, like I said, an indoor area and an outdoor area. So an indoor building, maybe on a hill with these paths going through it, and then an outdoor area for the monkeys with sort of climbing structures and for them to hang around in. So let's wait this rain out and then we'll be right back. And we're back. So the rain has stopped, and I also took the liberty to raise this bit of land a little bit because what I want to do is build on top of here. And so we're going to have an indoor area with this path going through the building, and then we'll have this area section here for the outdoor bit for the monkeys to hang around in. I think this looks high enough, so let's carry on doing. I'm going to pause the game actually because if it starts raining again, then we'll have to take a break. So I'm just going to pause the game here and carry on building this hill. Just make it a little bit more natural looking. If I just take it out. So we've got the flat foundation on top where the building will sit, but want this to be slightly hilly. And what we can do actually is have a bit of body water, like so, just a little bit of a lake. And we can do islands here as well, so we'll have climbing structures for the monkeys to come out of the building and hang out on top of. So if I do this as a small lake, and then maybe an island or two, just take this down a little bit more. Okay, so this should be our initial habitat, just this bit here. I don't think the monkeys need that much room anyway. And let's go ahead now with building our indoor structure. I'm going to play around with a few materials and structures, just see which one looks right, and then we'll stick with that, and hopefully it will look nice. I'll do the fencing and the actual area for the enclosures afterwards, but let's focus on building some sort of a structure first and go from there. Check this out, guys. Okay, so what we've done is we've created a passageway or a path going through the building and covered it all with glass. So that, I think, looks quite nice. The guests should be able to go through this habitat and observe our monkeys through this tunnel. And we've also got a glass roof up there as well. We'll have our monkeys on either side and add a bit of roof there as well. So you'll have two sections essentially. And then these windows here will be where the monkeys can get out and enjoy the outdoors, or the outside bit essentially. At the moment it looks quite plain, so what I'm hoping to do is potentially add some columns to it, maybe something in wood, just to make it look nicer than it is. It looks very simple, just a bit of brickwork. But we want to give it a bit more of a character. I don't know whether these logs might do the trick. I think let's try it. And okay, maybe logs. Just want to have a look at anything themed that we might be able to play around with. Let's go in the column section and see what we've got. These are statues. So if I select all and see what we've got to play with. Okay, so there's quite a few ornaments. I want something like a column just to break up the brickwork a little bit. And I don't think there is anything in this section. Props maybe. This looks interesting. Too small though. Yeah. Something to cover the length of the walls there. I don't really know what I'm looking for, but I'm sure once I come across it, we'll know. I am tempted to just use the logs. These look good. Slightly thicker than the ones that we saw previously. If I add... Hold on, let's have a look. So if I add something on the end there, like this, how does this look? Just to give it a little bit of character. Maybe have one like this on either side. We'll have a look in a minute, see if it looks good. But it definitely breaks up the brick a little bit more and adds character to our monkey habitat. Yeah, I think so. I think it looks good. Can we do one here? I do like the arch here. It looks nice with the arch rather than just having a square or rectangle frame for a door. I do want to actually block it off as well. Probably not, because the monkeys are closed off either side, so we probably don't need to actually block that off. We could just leave it open as it is. Let's add one here. I'll sort out the gaps later on to make it look realistic. You don't want floating logs in the air. That would be something. Okay. I think we're onto something here. So, okay. Will it snap now? Oop. There we go. I think this should do the trick. So I'm going to do... It's slightly tricky because it doesn't snap properly, but I'm going to do this all the way around there and this section as well. Right, I think we've done. I was doing the roof and then I got carried away with just adding a few characteristics or aesthetics to our building. And I've gone for a semi-classical sort of brickwork and also some thatched roof just to give it a monkey world feel, I guess, if thatched roof do that. It's kind of like an amalgamation of the classical theme which we've got going in the semi-aquatic area and also the thatched theme like in the safari bit or in the African bit. So it's kind of like a mixture, and you've got a fusion of classical and thatched going on. So I'm pretty pleased with that. So what we've done, like we said, was built a path through the building, and our guests would be able to go through here and look at our monkeys on either side. So we've got glasses to block them from jumping onto the guests, essentially. We've got a glass roof as well. I can't really move my camera upwards, but you get the idea. So they should be able to see the monkeys jumping around on the second floor there. So we've got this little tunnel there, and then if we go up a floor, I've left some gaps. It's difficult for me to actually show you, but I've left some gaps here for the monkeys to come up to the second floor. And what we'll do is build some structures, some climbing structures, which will connect the ground floor to this floor, and then some climbing structures taking the monkeys out of the habitat and into the outside bit. Cool, right? I think it looks good. It's not something that I am used to, but it's one of those things where you just kind of trial it and see what looks good. And I mean, I know there's way better out there. Some of these YouTube channels that actually, you know, do this for a living, essentially, have some insane structures out there. And you know, hats off to those guys. I'm nowhere near them, but this is something that I've done and I'm proud of it, and I hope you guys like it as well. So, I forgot to mention, we've also added some trees and some rocks here as well, just to add to the aesthetics. Now to the fun bit. What we're going to do, so we've got the building, we've got the island bit with the body of water. What I want to do is start work on our climbing structures for the monkeys, and what I essentially want to do is maybe add a log or some sort of climbing pole. The camera work is so tricky right now. Yeah, so I want something like a pillar or a log going upwards for the monkeys to climb onto. So let's see what we've got to play with. I'm gonna just not move the camera because we're gonna end up in a building somewhere. See what we have. Okay, let's quickly check the habitat first and see what enrichments we have to play with. Anything in relation to monkeys would be ideal. So we've got a fair few items here. Let's have a look. So we've got ready-made structures as well, which we could always introduce. We've got something very cool here as well. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, okay. Oh, I might do this actually. I might add this to our island, and you've got a ready-made structure for our monkeys to hang around in. So why don't we go ahead and do that actually? I mean, if you've got there a ready-made structure, why not? Yeah, it looks good. It fits our theme, and I don't want to be stressing out trying to build something. These vines look amazing as well. So let's go ahead and put that there, or maybe just a little bit over on this side. Perfect. Now we've got a ready-made structure ready to go, which fits the theme as well. So really cool. The only problem is this track might cause us issues, but let's see how close I can get the fence in for this habitat. If not, I might need to move this land area inward a little bit and reduce the size of our lake. But so far so good. I think this structure certainly looks good, and it will give our monkeys to be able to, well, some area to climb and hang around on these vines. If you were to do these vines yourself, I mean, it's impossible. It's so tricky and fiddly. So I'm glad that this structure was there for us to use. Okay, go back into our habitat. We were looking at some climbing structures. So essentially I want to do something like a pole, maybe. Climbable log. This is going to be so tricky now. I should have done this before I built the structure. But it's okay. We'll make it work. Right. Does this go? Yeah. I want to get it centered. If I can. Right. Will this stack up though? Maybe not. Cool. I can never align it. Let's just bring it down a little bit. Right, I think it's not aligned, but what I can do is just use this tool for that alignment, because this is more precise. Should this... I don't think it looks too bad. My OCD is going to kick in a minute, and I do want that aligned as much as I can. Okay, I think that's better. You can never get it perfect, but it's fine for now. Right, what else have we got to play with? I'm sure the monkeys should be able to climb this log. Habitat, and there we go. These look good. I might do a natural looking one as well. This is slightly... this is too perfect, isn't it? Should we do another big one? See, it does stack up when you build from this angle. I'm in a roof. Okay, let's come out of the roof. Is this... Yeah, I should have done this when without the structure. Is this too high? I can't tell. Wait, let me get out. Oh, okay, that's fine. It goes all the way up to the roof, which is not too bad, I guess. Right, can I do another one? But what I want is to be able to build sort of like a bridge like that. Can you call it a bridge? Something like this for our monkeys to use as a bridge, I suppose. Right, bring that down a little bit. Looking good. Get another one going. Let's see if this snaps. Yes, it does. Perfect. Nice. Okay. So what we want is this to go all the way towards the island. Can this snap? There we go. So if I just move it down a little bit just to make it a slope. Is that too steep? I don't think so. Or maybe this. No, I think we'll go with the other one because we want that to connect then. That kind of snapped, but snapped to the wrong thing. Okay. Adjust this slightly. Nice. We're on to something here, guys. Stick with me. Okay. Nice. Okay. And carry this all the way down. Right, I want to move the angle a little bit now. So if I just do this. This should be able to climb the tree then, if this connects. Okay. Nice. Bit more. There we go. Perfect. And what I want to do now is, it kind of looks like it's floating in the air. So what I want is maybe add a natural looking log. Is this big enough? Don't know. Not sure if that's going to work. What can we have to support that? I mean, I can just use this as a piece. Let's see. Just put it there. Then try and snap it. Place that there and then use that tool again. This should work. A little bit to that side and bring it towards us. I think I'm happy with that. Perfect. Right, let's see what else we can add by way of climbing stuff. Ooh, this is a big log. Very small though. Not sure if that's going to work. These are so cool. I mean, look at these. It's this one. Nice. Okay, so maybe we can add this. something like this. Kind of like a water slide, isn't it? But what I want though first is maybe our terrain there is too steep, so I want to just smooth that bit out a little bit more and bring it up so it's a natural slope rather than a drop like we currently have. Let me just remove the water because this is going to mess around with our terrain there. Okay, can we smooth that bit out? Yes, we can. Okay, if I try and add the water slide, we're going to call it water slide now. Sounds much more fun than a ramp. Okay, if I just go back to the structure now, and these are so cool. What's this? Okay, smaller. We want something big though. Let's go ahead and put our water slide there for our monkeys. Shall I build? Actually, I can connect it to this, can't I? So you've got one pole or logs coming out of one window, and you've got this structure coming out of another. The only thing with that is though, I do want to push up the terrain a little bit more because otherwise it looks crazy floating in the air. Let's just see now what we've got here. Okay, so the monkeys should be able to climb up to that ramp. Right, can I do something similar with... Oh, let's try and come out of it completely. Okay. This camera is going to give me... it's making me dizzy. It's hard to do it when you've got the structure already there. What I wanted to do was have another log coming up so the monkeys can climb up again. Right. Oh no, I'm stuck again. Right, I'm gonna do this now without giving you guys a headache, and I'll be right back. Check this out, guys. So I've managed to do the poles or the climbing features that I was hoping to do. Inside, look at this. So we've got these logs going through the ground floor and onto the first floor, which would allow our monkeys to pretty much hang out on the top floor and also use these climbing poles or trees or logs to be able to get out and into the outdoor bit. Looks cool, right? I am so pleased with this. Although I've just noticed that this is slightly not aligned, so I'm gonna have to align this a little bit more. Perfect. And then this one as well. There we go. So now you've got all windows being used for monkeys to be able to come in and out. And we've also got a water slide over here. What I was thinking, obviously we've resolved the issue of the floating platform, so I've added a few rocks there. But what I was thinking, instead of the platform going all the way down, maybe we can do a waterfall feature over here. That would look crazy. So something like somewhere around here behind this ramp, just a bit of waterfall going all the way down into the lake. I think that would look incredible. So let's try that and see how that looks. Before we do that though, let's add a few rocks to this where we're going to add our waterfall. Let's just copy the same one. Just to bring it out a little bit more. All the way down. So this sits in the lake, essentially. Like so. Okay. That should do it. I love what you can do with these rocks. I mean, so many different shapes you can create. And essentially I'm using the same rock to do the whole lot. Which is why I love using rocks for themes. Okay. Right, let's have a look at our waterfall. I think we need, special effects. Or maybe not. Special effects and water. Got splash, jet splashes, water rapids. Let's go all and see if we can find a waterfall. Okay, so we need 10 meter. That should do the trick. Might need to press play now. Okay, so that's the top bit of the waterfall. Right. Set this here. Delete this bit. Right, we're way off. Have a look at that. This is what happens when you don't have the angles right. Can I select all of them at once? Okay, and move them. This should do the trick. Delete these ones. There we go. Right, if we go back onto our special effects now, so we've got the top section, we may need a midsection now. Just need to make sure that the angle's right. We will hide these with the rocks, not to worry. I'm not going to leave it like this. Just make sure I've got the whole bit covered. And there we have it, our waterfall. I ended up actually using one of the features that we already have in place for the flamingo habitat. Saved me from making a manual one from scratch. I think it looks good. and I've added a few rocks here to cover it and give it that nice aesthetic. So we're onto something here, guys. Our habitat I think is complete. It's looking good. So quickly show you the inside. We've got these climbing structures here, a pathway for the guests, and an outdoor area which is coming along nicely for the monkeys to hang out in. Now the all important fiddly bit that we need to do. We need to turn it into an actual habitat now. We need to do some fence work around. I think what I'm going to do before we do that though is I think this track will cause issues. So rather than moving the track, I might actually reduce this land area a little bit, move it in. Hopefully this should give us a bit more space to have our fence and maybe a path going along this way. Look at what we've got. Have we got any proboscis monkeys? Yes, we do. I'm going to buy all of them. We do have to use our we can't really buy them with money. We have to use our conservation points. Okay, let's quickly check how many we can have. Okay, we can have up to 3 to 12 females. Up to 9 males and up to 18 females. Oh, these are male group, bachelor group sizes. Okay. So let's add the 3 females for now, and then we can add males once they become available. We're only going to go for 3, otherwise it's going to be an issue. Let's go for the youngest. Adopt, and adopt. And then go to animal storage. And introduce them to our habitat. It's the moment of truth, guys. Honestly, this is like the most exciting part of this game, when you actually end up introducing the animals. But then a lot can go wrong as well, especially if the fences are not strong enough or too low, and we have issues like this. Animals have escaped. That's what we want to avoid, really. Okay, I'll check these notifications out later on. I have been doing some work on the Safari offline to mitigate all these animals from escaping. I kind of built this structure, rocks, etc., to stop animals from going across, because that's the only way they can actually exit the habitat. But we'll leave that for another episode. Let's go back to our monkeys. Where are they? Are they on their way? Once they've been introduced, we can also look at some enrichment and plant coverage, etc., because I haven't really done that. I want to make sure that this habitat actually works as a functioning enclosure. Otherwise we're going to have issues. Where are you going, sir? Where is she running off to? She's just doing laps of the park. I wonder where she's going. She disappeared. Oh. She fell through the path. Here she is. Okay. Leave it to it. Yeah. Like I said, I want to sort out that platform before I start connecting bits. I'm not happy with that yet. It's a bit wonky. But it's perfect, though, for the views of the safari. Can you see any animals? Yeah, there they are. Springboks, antelopes. You've got giraffes there. So it's a nice little vantage point, but we'll sort that out later on. Where are our monkeys? Have we got them yet? Yes, we do. Oh, wow. Look at them. They're tiny. Hello, little guy. Just going to follow him for a bit. Look at the nose. I think this habitat's ended up huge for them anyway. Let's just see what he does, or she does. Okay, straight onto the platform there, and they can jump. Okay, that's scary, because if they can jump, they can definitely escape. I didn't realize how tiny they are. I always end up making habitats massive for the size of the animals, but it's always a good thing, isn't it? It's an ethical park. Right, I want her to go inside. Right, can you jump on that pole there? No. Yeah, I want to actually see if she can go inside. Yeah, that's a steep climb. She can. Amazing. This is perfect. I might add some large leaves and bedding for these guys as well on the ground floor. But they can definitely go inside, which is good, so it works. Where are you off to now? Oh, it's stuck. Come on. I don't want you stuck. We're trialing this, making sure that it functions and no one gets stuck or escapes. Okay, so we've got all the others as well, just hanging out over here. Amazing looking animals. Funny looking noses, but what an inclusion to our zoo. Nice, okay. Let's have a look at their needs now. Oh, everything looks perfect, really. They need habit. Okay, so what's wrong with the terrain? Terrain setup is inappropriate for the animal, and then we need some enrichment. Okay, let's have a look at terrain first. They need long grass. Right, that's good. Let's get out of the building. So we've added some grass. What else do we need? Temperature. Too cold. Okay, we forgot. We always forget heaters. Heaters are very important. I'm gonna shove this one inside, I think. Can I put it on the floor? No, it's always tricky now adding things after everything's been built. Ooh. Why is it? Might just stick one on this wall here. Or on this pillar. One over here as well. Or is this enough? I think that about covers everything. Yay! Our monkeys are inside. And they can definitely climb up, which is good. Let me quickly add some bedding over here whilst we're at it. Large green leaves should do it. There we go. Where are they? Oh, yes, definitely. They're using those poles, which is good. Our climbing logs have worked. Look at this guy just running around, having the time of his life. Can they go in the water? No, they can definitely drink. Oh no, they can swim. I did not know that. Right, is this going to be an issue? Is this going to be an issue with monkeys trying to escape the barriers? I hope not anyway. I thought the water will add a natural barrier, but apparently not. These guys are good swimmers. Okay, let's see if we can add more. No, we only have females for now. We can have up to 3 females. Otherwise it's going to go a bit too crazy. Right, so we've got our monkey world. up and running. I'm waiting for the snow to disappear so we can admire our monkeys a bit more. But it definitely works. It's a functioning habitat. Look at this guy. Didn't know that they could swim, but I'm kind of not surprised at all. Right, habitat, temperature. They need more. Oh, and plants as well. Okay. Are we okay with enrichment? No, we're not. Can we add a few more items? Definitely need a lot of stuff, don't they, to be kept entertained. Gonna add a barrel there. Okay, that's good. 81% now. Look at him. I mean, what an angle. If you're at the bottom there. Let's hope he doesn't poop. Okay. The only thing is there anyone actually walking through the tunnel? Spent all that time building this beautiful building and making this tunnel work, and I can't see anyone inside. It doesn't help that it's raining, but still. Let's quickly check if we've got any males now. No, we don't. Guys, over there. There's new monkeys. That's a shame. They're just walking past it. Okay. Well, hopefully we'll start to get some more guests coming this way. At the moment, no one seems interested. I thought everyone would want to look at funny looking monkeys, but apparently not. Where are you guys going? Okay, let's have a look and see if they're going. What are your thoughts? Lots of room to walk about here. Yeah, all you're going to be doing is walking around here. Come on, guys. Go to the monkey area. Right. Nope. Wow. Okay. Well, that's a shame. Hopefully, our monkey area will get a bit more traction. It's gone dark as well. So, perfect for us to end the episode here. I think I'm quite pleased with our habitat. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode as well. As ever, I've had a lot of fun building all of this. It's been frustrating at times, but fun. But yeah, I'm going to leave you guys with a cinematic shot of our monkeys. Hopefully it's in the day and you guys can actually enjoy looking at these. But for now, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.
Welcome Bertha de Pani Pavun. Lubuf bufu an vitem madrefi.
Tala Kaversi.